This is Quideo number 4, AP question, and part A asks to find a 95% confidence interval for the proportion of all United States adults who would respond make some major changes to the question. We're also supposed to give an interpretation of the confidence interval and of the confidence level. So we're going to start out by saying that X represents the proportion of adults in the U.S. who would respond make some major changes. We're also going to say that we assume randomness, and we also check to see if it's big enough and small enough. We know that it's small enough because our sample size of 1,026 adults multiplied by 10, there's more adults than that in the US, so it is small enough. And then in order to find out if it's big enough, we just see if it's greater than 40, which it is, so it's big enough and small enough. And then we can go ahead and perform our 1 proportion z interval with the equation p hat plus or minus z star times the square root of p times 1 minus p over n. And with the values given, the 0.39 is coming from the 39% that respond and make some major changes, plus or minus 1.96, which is the 95% confidence interval. And then again your 0.39 and your 1,026 for your sample size, and that gives us the interval of 0.3602 and 0.4198. And we can be 95% confident that the mean proportion will fall on the interval 0.3602 and 0.4198. The confidence level shows that 95% of the sample will contain the mean. So 95% of samples will contain the mean. And then part B asks, it has that long statement, and then it asks why this statement is, while technically correct, it is misleading. This statement is true, but it is misleading because 19% of people in the sample wanted to completely overhaul the system as given here. This 19% added to the 39% of people that wanted to make some major changes totals at 58%, which is more than half of the respondents. This suggests that we should change the system and not that we should not, which is stated in the question.